Hi guys, so today we are doing a subscriber body typing and color typing as well as essence. So if you are completely new here and you don't know what's going on, then I have a ton of videos on my channel about all kinds of things, body typing, color typing, essence, and everything in between. So you can take a look around, and if you are still confused about any of that, then I also offer typings through my website, and you can take a look at the links below or go to miriamstyle.com. And the essence is included in the full report. So the full report is the one that includes the essence, and then the other ones are color typing and body typing. So one more thing I have to say before we get into this is that these photos that you're going to see in this video are photos that were submitted through the website specifically for YouTube videos and other Miriam style content. These are not photos from clients. Like if you were to book with me through the website, your photos are always private. So these photos were volunteered, and if you want to be included in one of these videos, you can volunteer your photos too and just go to the website and upload some photos. And so let's say thank you to this lady for volunteering her photos, and let's get into it. All right, so here is our first photo. So in this photo, I would say that she definitely looks like she looks beautiful in that warm red and with the warm red lip color. And I like the bright color on her too. So just from this photo, I'm already starting to think maybe she is warm and radiant. And she also looks beautiful with the contrasting buttons, the high neckline, the more of a matte finish to the makeup. So all of this is telling me that she's most likely mixed in terms of her body type. So the closest KB type to that is some kind of gamine. And yeah, so I think that from this alone, like I really love this look on her. I would probably say she is mixed soft, even soft gamine, because of just the overall look that she has here. She does have some softness to her overall. She looks very petite and small in this photo, but of course we have to look at more photos. So let's see here. So here I would say she also does look a little bit more petite, and like she has some angularity to her bone structure. So, you know, she has a bit of sharpness to her shoulders, you know, a bit more structure to maybe like her hands, and also to, while we're talking about the bone structure, you know, you can see she has more of that delicate sharpness to her facial bone structure as well. So I'm thinking some sort of mixed type for her. And in this photo, you can see a little bit of that sharpness to some of her bone structure in her body as well, in her overall silhouette. And then at the same time, she has some curves too, and so this gives her some softness. And so I think mixed soft gamine is most likely. Now I would say that these are, so then the rest of the photos here are more or less like either like close-ups or mirror selfies, so that's why we can't really make a conclusion. But from this, I'm really seeing like strong indication that she's probably mixed soft. Now there could be a possibility that she is beveled soft natural, but you know, I don't think that this would be so flattering, the high neckline, if she were beveled soft. Yeah, I just don't think that this look would be as flattering as it is. I think it just looks like completely perfect on her, and I don't think that would happen if she were beveled soft. So I think that mixed soft is most likely. So yeah, so here we have, here, you know, I think this kind of shows that she most likely is a bit more petite, and I've talked about this before. You can see how this looks like the focal length of the photo or something. I think it may be distorting the lines a little bit and actually making her look a bit taller or a bit less petite than she actually is, because just from what I've seen, this type of photo where there's just like a lot of it looks like it's kind of distorted on the sides, and that kind of tells me that it could be distorted a tiny bit in terms of like her body proportions and things like that. So I think she's actually a tiny bit more petite than this photo would have you believe, even though she already looks kind of like petite or like average to petite in this photo. So in these photos she's going to look quite petite because the angle is kind of from above and it's a mirror selfie, but I still think we can sort of take a look at all of these looks and just see what's going on. So I think that overall, you know, I like the shorter lines on her, like the shorter denim jacket, the high neckline. And I would say that if she wears something more oversized, she can tend to look smaller, right? And so that kind of gives me an indication, like even here, you know, that she may not be beveled soft. But again, since this is from a higher angle, you know, she could still be beveled soft. The biggest indication for us that she's not is the first photo. This photo makes me think she's probably mixed soft. And so, and bevel soft is soft natural, and is the closest type is soft natural, in case I didn't say that. And so here, you know, you could say, well, here she looks like she's beveled soft. She looks beautiful with the tousled hair. You know, I just, you know, this looks really nice. But mixed soft also looks good with tousled hair. So overall, I think that this photo, it could, you know, she could go either way in this photo. But in this photo, what I will say is, I feel like I'm seeing some classic essence to her. In this photo, I feel like it's more pronounced because you can see like how balanced her facial features read, how serene her look is, and I just think that she has like a classic essence to her. For her color type, I'm still sticking with warm and radiant. Warm and radiant can sometimes look like less warm in cool photos, obviously, but the fact that she's still that she looks so good in this warm red, I would put her into warm and radiant. I'd be worried to put her into cool and radiant. Like this blue, you say, well, she looks good in the blue. Well, warm and radiant looks good in everything, first of all, you guys, okay, except for like grays or something, but she would even look okay in grays because she has that low contrast to her coloring. So even grays might look all right on her. So she really has like all the options ever. But the blue in this photo looks like it's slightly a warm blue also, and so that is really very flattering for warm and radiant. So, and this blue would also work for cool and radiant. You know, it is like basically a royal blue more or less, but it also works for warm and radiant. And yeah, so this is exactly why, you know, if you're ever on camera, you're asked to wear jewel tones, is because warm and radiant looks good in cool colors, but cool and radiant does not look good in warm colors. So you guys, warm and radiant, you guys get to wear the cool colors because, you know, you can handle it, but we all have to, you know, basically kind of adjust ourselves to cool and radiant, because cool and radiant really cannot wear warm colors. They don't do well in muted colors, but cool and bright colors, you know, those are the most forgiving to the other undertones, because cool and radiant is the coolest undertone. And so what happens is that they tend to look more gray or more blue in all other colors except for cool and radiant, right? And if you wear colors that are cooler than you, you'll just look more golden. And so that's why warm and radiant can wear cool colors, because it's just going to make you look more golden. Of course, they still won't be your absolute best colors. Your absolute best colors are going to be those warm and radiant colors, like this one, right? I mean, this is really, really beautiful. This also will work well. Okay, so back to this. So I like the higher neckline on her, and you know, we talked about how this is a higher angle here, you know, the classic essence, and here, you know, I would say here you can kind of see how she is a soft type, you know. I think that it looks a tiny, like the neckline there looks a tiny bit stiff on her, so I think she definitely has some softness to her. So I think she is a soft type, and with these photos that are mirror selfies, you can obviously tell like soft from firm in those selfies, because that's more about just the sort of the way that the flesh looks on the body, right? And that's not really it doesn't have anything to do with how long or short your lines are, if you're trying to tell like soft or firm or soft or taut. So she does look like she is soft, just because that, you know, the neckline area especially looks a little bit like too geometric for how soft she is. So I would say she is like mixed soft. You know, if she were mixed-taut, flamboyant-gamine, you know, this would work pretty well on her, because, you know, mixed-taut has more of that firmness and more of that tautness to the physique, and so when they wear geometrics, that can just work pretty well. This, I think, looks really nice on her. You know, the high neckline works for her. The little bag, I think, looks really nice on her. So I really like that. And with this, I think she does look more petite, you know, and the colors, though, since she is so light in coloring, I think the colors can look really really pretty on her like that. You know, the softer colors, the lighter colors. Or she can do, you know, she has so many color options, you guys. So let's talk about, if you're watching this, you have a lot of color options. So you have the muted colors and the soft colors like this, because you have the soft coloring in terms of contrast. You have the light hair, you have the light skin. And so you are going to be able to wear these soft colors like this, and with the classic essence too, you know, wearing those lighter, softer colors, matching your head to toe color look, wearing more understated colors, as you know, having a classic essence can be really flattering. So you have that direction that you can go in terms of colors. You can wear cool and bright colors because you are radiant, you're warm and radiant, but you can wear cool and bright colors. I would say if you wear darker colors, like if you wear pure black, if you wear navy blue, you can do that. I would recommend really going for a darker eye makeup look to balance some of that darkness, you know, because if you wear only black and you don't really balance with like a really bold eye makeup look, which you can do because you're most likely mixed soft, you know, you can do a bold eye makeup look with dark colors, and that will be very contrasting on you, like we saw here, you know. I think that looks really nice on you, you know. And so you can do something like that. If you wear pure black, you can do that. Now, like, I would say don't wear pure black head to toe. Of course, you're too light for that. But my point is that you have a ton of color options. So you could, if you really wanted to, I don't know why you would, because, you know, you have so many other options anyway. There's no reason to wear pure black head to toe. But if you wanted to, you could, and just wear the dark eye makeup, and then maybe break up your lines in some other way, break up your silhouette in some other way. Like if you have sharp waist emphasis, that can break up your lines. Yeah, so yeah, that's another option. And then, you know, all of the soft muted colors, because you have the low contrast. And then what else is there? Yeah, cool and radiant colors and the warm and radiant colors. So basically, like, oh, and warm and delicate colors, of course, you know, because of the classic essence, you know, you can do something like that. And you could do more contrasting colors because of your mixed soft. So you have basically everything, you know, you can do basically all the colors. But your best colors are still going to be warm and radiant. Like, this is your best color, this warm red, you know, seafoam green, like bright seafoam green is another beautiful color for you. If you want to go the pastel route and do more of like a kind of lean into your classic essence a bit more, you can. Now, I would say this actually works beautifully with your classic essence too. Like a red lip is a very classic look. That jacket is a very classic style. So if you want to do a classic essence, I would really love to see you doing like things like this. I think this is really, really gorgeous on you because of everything. You know, the color type is there, you know, the warm and radiant color type, mixed soft lines, and a classic style. So this is really exactly how mixed soft can do a classic style. I get a lot of questions about, well, how can mixed type or mixed taut or mixed soft, like soft-gamine, flamboyant-gamine, how can we look more elegant, more classic, right? And I always say, look, Audrey Hepburn is mixed taut, flamboyant-gamine, and that type, that body type, has the reputation of being fun or spunky or whatever the adjective is. But, you know, the poster child for mixed taut is Audrey Hepburn, and she is really an elegance icon. And so remember that, you know, mixed types can be incredibly, incredibly elegant. There's no reason why a mixed type cannot be just as elegant as any other type. So yeah. So here you see the classic essence. And yeah, I think that, you know, here you can see that yellow doesn't look too disconnected from her. So I'm seeing warm and radiant. Now again, you know, if she were my client, I would really want to see more photos, because there's just no way that you can type someone from photos from the same angle, right? In the same lighting. So what's happening here is we don't actually have, so let's count these photos. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 photos to me actually count as one photo, and like, because they're all from the same angle and in the same lighting. And then we have 6 photos count as one photo, 7 photos. So we really have like 3 photos, like 2 full body photos, and then like we have 2 selfies with like 4 photos. So yeah, so you really have to consider, like, we would want more photos. But I just wanted to talk through what we can infer from this. And if you're watching this, if you're the lady in these photos and you're watching this, how does that resonate? Does mixed-soft resonate with you? What do you think of that? Does the classic essence resonate with you, you know? So I would say that's pretty much all I have to say for this lady. I think she is mixed-soft, warm and radiant, and she has a classic essence. Alright, you guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments down below, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. And if you want to be included in one of these videos, then you can submit photos through miriamstyle.com. And if you are still confused about your body type or color type or essence, I also offer typings through my website, and I will leave a link to those down below. And that is it, you guys. Let's say thank you to this lady for volunteering her photos, and I will talk to you next time.